How is it going, everyone? Daxellz here, and today we're going to be reacting to another LEMMiNO video, reacting to top 10 facts about dinosaurs. Let's get straight into it. And away we go. LEMMiNO. Damn, that's a lot of people.
Around 66 million years ago, the Earth was a very different place. The oceans were filled with gigantic marine reptiles such as the megalodons and liopleurodons. The land, on the other hand, was ruled by the dinosaurs, creatures like the famous Tyrannosaurus rex and Triceratops. Then something happened, something that would cause 75% of the life on this planet to go extinct. It is known as the KT or KPG extinction, and what's so remarkable with this particular mass extinction is how quickly it occurred. It was not a gradual process, but instead seemed to have been triggered by a single event.
What was the PT?
Impact.
Oh!
The asteroid created a crater over 180 kilometers wide and 20 kilometers deep, located here at the edge of the Gulf of Mexico. And while this asteroid meant the end for much of the life here on Earth, it could possibly have meant the beginning for new life elsewhere in the universe. Simulations of the impact shows that vast quantities of large chunks of Earth was launched into space at incredible speeds. Many of these pieces had capacity to shelter tiny living organisms for millions of years in the cold darkness of space. Simulations also show that some of them had the potential to collide with other bodies like Mars and even as far out as the moon of Jupiter, Europa. So even though the chances of that actually happening is ridiculously small and just next to impossible, it's not truly impossible that space dinosaurs actually exist.
Let's go. T-Rex on Mars.
While it's often said that dinosaurs went extinct around 66 million years ago, it's not really true. What really happened is that all non-avian dinosaurs went extinct, meaning that taxonomically modern-day birds like a chicken, for example, are dinosaurs just as much as the T-Rex was. In fact, the relation between birds and dinosaurs are much stronger than we once thought. If you examine the embryo of a chicken and how its bones and body develop, you'll find a very close resemblance to many long-extinct dinosaurs. Chickens and many other birds still have characteristics like a long tail, hands, claws, and even teeth.
It's the whole thing about what came first, the chicken or the egg. It was the dinosaur. No wonder we couldn't get it right.
It's hidden within their genetic coding and never actually develop. However, scientists are working on sort of reactivating these genes, which could mean that in the not so distant future we'll see something like a Chickensaurus.
You're joking. No shot.
Many dinosaurs and bird fossils have been found in what's become known as the death pose. The pose consists of their neck being dramatically bent backwards, their tail extended and mouth wide open. Why and how this occurs has been the subject for debate for many decades now. For the longest time, experts believed that the animals simply could bend this way in real life. But that seems unlikely, and it's more reasonably caused by something after death. The most likely theory is that the ligaments in their bodies shrink once they start to decompose, and thus the death pose is formed.
Yo, that is weird.
The group of dinosaurs known as Titanosaurs were, as the name implies, some of the largest dinosaurs we've ever discovered. In fact, they are probably the largest terrestrial animals to have ever existed on Earth. Quite literally titans. Some of the largest in this group doesn't even have official names yet and could grow to become 40 meters long and 20 meters tall. Their necks being so elongated that if they held it up too high for too long, they could pass out as their hearts struggled to pump blood all the way up to their brain. The most astounding fact is that they could have weighed anywhere from 70 to 100 tons. That's roughly 15 of the heaviest elephants you can find squeezed into one single beast of an animal.
Big old boy. Jeez.
Micropachycephalosaurus is the longest generic name for any dinosaur so far. It means small, thick-headed lizard, and the fact that it has the longest name is a bit ironic given that it's one of the smallest and shortest dinosaurs found at only 1 meter long.
Damn. Irony.
Giant herbivorous dinosaurs known as sauropods would roam the earth during the Mesozoic era and spend their entire life eating plants and various kinds of foliage. Their bodies were so ginormous that they didn't even have time to orally process their food like we humans do. Instead, their head and jaws functioned as simple harvesting tools to get plants into their bodies as quickly as possible. The stomach then took on the responsibility for processing and digesting these whole pieces of food. But doing it this way created a lot of methane, or in other words, dinosaur farts. Sauropods alone, not including any other dinosaurs, are estimated to have released around 520 million tons of methane into the atmosphere every year. That's almost as much gas that we humans are able to naturally and artificially produce today, all from just one single group of reptilian rectums. Dinosaurs essentially
and they blamed us for the ozone
with their ass. It's long been known that most dinosaurs didn't look like this, with sort of leathery skin similar to a lizard. Instead, most dinosaurs had feathers covering their entire bodies. It's been proven time and time again, and even the T-Rex had feathers.
What?
The question is why, though? I mean, we now know that birds are in fact dinosaurs, but birds use the feathers to fly. As far as we can tell, the T-Rex could not fly. That would be scary as shit though. So as feathers mysteriously appeared long before any birds or flying animals used them for flight, what was their original purpose? Well, paleontologists and other experts believe that they were used to communicate, more specifically to attract females and to show how much of a boss you are with all them fancy ass collars. This is also supported by the fact that dinosaurs enjoyed a much more complete visual range than we humans do, and could perceive even more colors and thus obtain even more fabulous feathery dino friends.
The
Stegosaurus is known for its weird-looking plates on its back, and experts agree, it is weird as we can't seem to figure out what purpose they served. One fascinating theory is that the Stegosaurus could control its body temperature by regulating blood flow through them. The idea is that if it was really hot or cold outside, blood would start gushing in and out of the plates to keep an even temperature. It's called thermoregulation, and we humans do this as well, but instead of plates on our back, we, for example, sweat. Plates would be pretty cool though.
Plates would be dope.
Quetzalcoatlus. Okay, only the 38th time I'm trying to pronounce that name. Seriously, who uses a Q and a Z in the same fucking word? I'm looking at you. Quetzalcoatlus was a flying reptile that existed during the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era. It is the, without question, largest flying animal to have ever lived. They had a wingspan of up to 12 meters and weighed between 200 and 250 kilos. It would be like seeing a lightweight, living, breathing fighter jet flying around.
Screw that, dude. Glad they're not about.
You might have noticed me using the word reptiles and dinosaurs in different situations. The reason is that while animals like these and these are often referred to as dinosaurs, they are technically not. The definition of what is and isn't a dinosaur is a bit complicated and usually involves various anatomical differences. What you need to know is that around 252 million years ago there was an extinction event called the Great Dying. This event killed almost everything. It is the most severe of all the major mass extinctions, killing up to 96% of all species on the planet. This event marked the beginning of the Mesozoic era. It would last until the next extinction event that occurred around 66 million years ago when an asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs. This marked the end of the Mesozoic era. Almost every egg-laying, land-dwelling reptilian creature that existed during this period is a dinosaur with a few exceptions. This means that sea creatures and flying animals from the Mesozoic era are not dinosaurs but instead regarded as marine and flying reptiles. However,
flying reptiles,
what
that
they
just
all
sounds
have in common
terrifying.
is that they are all descendants of archosaurs.
Okay, Pog. Good video, good video. I enjoyed that. Very good, very good. Let's go. Okay, everyone, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you check out the original description down below. Enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, comment what you like, and react to next, subscribe if you're new or just haven't yet. I will be seeing you in the next video. Laters.